Hello Virgo, and welcome to your reading for the period of time covering July the 30th through August the 12th, 2024. This is a reading if you are a Virgo sun, Virgo moon, Virgo rising, or have another significant Virgo placement in your chart. If you're new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you. And if you're returning, welcome back. We do the 12 houses of astrology. That's the type of spread that we do. It's called a horoscope spread. We put one for luck, as it were, in the middle. I use Marie Hope's Way of Cartouche deck, and I clarify with a tarot deck. This week we are going to use the Egyptian tarot, and our extra oracle deck is going to be the Moonology deck. In addition to tarot videos, I also post my morning coffee with Breege videos, which are my Instagram live feeds that I do almost every single day on my Instagram feed, and also my channelings of Archangel Azrael. Now, to learn more about all my work, you want to visit my website, transitionlifecoaching.net, and to follow the live streams and other updates on what I'm doing, you can follow me on Instagram or Facebook, and the links to all of that are down in the description box below. So let's begin at the beginning. We are in Mercury retrograde. Certainly by the time, it's going to start on the 5th of August. Right now we are in what they call pre-shadow, and Mercury has a very strong influence on a lot of what's going on right now. I'm seeing a lot of it in all of the readings that I've been doing for this week. There could be people returning from the past. There could be delays in things, communications, things that have to be reconsidered. Not a good time to buy electronics. Not a good time to sign contracts and to do things like that. And again, with communications and with travel, you do need to be very careful because there could be misunderstandings and there could also be delays. But the positive about Mercury retrograde, this is a good time to make corrections, to reevaluate. And if people from the past return, this may be an opportunity to either finish old business or to get clarity on a person or a situation that maybe didn't end quite so clearly before. Now, the first thing I'm seeing here, just looking at your Cartouche reading, is that we've got Seth, which is our difficulty card, down in the 4th house. And this has to do with home and family and potentially the mother. We have the twins here, so I don't know. This may have to do with some kind of a partnership. I don't know if it has to do. The fact that it's showing up with the family, it seems to indicate to me that this is more of a problem with a family member, maybe even your mom. I don't know, but there's something here where a partnership or there's some kind of a joint arrangement where there's maybe some anxiety, or maybe there has been a falling out that needs to be repaired. I can tell you that you've got wing disc right above you, which is the overall for the reading. And so when this shows up in the center, basically everything, you'll be home and dry with everything. So whatever the opposition is, you will sort it out. For people who are looking for love right now, okay, if anybody came onto this reading wanting to know if their partner's going to make a commitment or if they're going to meet the right person, not that this would indicate not yet. If you are already married, there does seem to be this idea of a kind of retreat. So I don't know if your partner is somebody who is just, wanting to withdraw or take a little bit of a time out, or maybe it's you. Maybe, there's this need for quiet, for introversion, for a little bit of space to try to figure yourself out, or maybe they're trying to figure themselves out. That's a possibility there too. We do see Crook and Flail here in the 5th house. So for some of you who are looking for love, this could be somebody who has some kind of status or authority. So either somebody maybe who is, this could be just somebody who's known for something, whether they be, say, an influencer on social media, or whether they be somebody who has authority, like, I don't know, a manager of a company, or somebody with academic authority or something like that. I don't know. But there's definitely this idea of being noticed. This could also be you. You could be being noticed for some kind of creative skill or some kind of talent that you have. But I feel like, yeah, if somebody is looking for love, this does seem to be somebody with some importance maybe that you have your eye on. But again, with Nepotis over here, certainly, I don't know whether it could mean that this person isn't quote unquote the one, or it can also just mean that things haven't developed to a point of being a more serious relationship yet. Some of you, there could be some changes on the job front. We do have water in the 6th house. But if you don't work for somebody, like if you have your own business or you're retired or something like that, then there does seem to be this idea of an ebb and flow of things. Like maybe you may be concerned about situations that you think are stuck, that you're hoping for movement, or, alternately, you might think something's moving too fast. But I feel like there's a strong emotional energy here, and this is in your own house. This is in the house of worry. I feel like there's a lot of emotion here right now. And but there definitely seems to be an indication of something shifting and changing. So something you've been worried about, you want to see how to go with the flow, to see what kind of changes are going to be coming up. If this is about a job, this could be you changing jobs, or it could be a job situation that's just go with the flow of whatever is happening right now. In terms of career and stuff like that, you do have Lotus at the top. So again, this is kind of peaceful continuity. So I feel like those of you who are maybe thinking about, into career change or something, this seems to indicate like peaceful continuity for now. I feel like some of you may have had some issues at work, and maybe you've been seriously thinking about finding another job, but right now it just seems to be saying go with the flow, that things are actually going to be okay. Some of you may be traveling at a long distance, because we have Anubis, and this is in the 9th house of long distance travel, and this is most definitely a travel card. It can also indicate having to negotiate something. Now, whether or not this also has to do with spirituality and faith. It has to do with higher education. It's Jupiter energy, so it's expansive. It can also have to do with legal matters as well. And so, again, it could be just something that you're trying to negotiate very, very carefully right now, and trying to do it in a way, trying to do something with a sense of humor, and also trying to maintain your boundaries in something. But so again, if travel's not on the table, then I feel like that's what this is pointing to. Yeah, there seems to be some situation here. Your Mercury house, the 3rd house of messages and so forth, Sirius just seems to indicate difficulties. Okay, Sirius is kind of this feeling of, what's the word? Sirius is sort of like having to think outside the box, having to take the rough with the smooth a little bit. I don't know. I feel like there may be messages coming in that may be challenging your way of looking at something. And so you have to kind of think about something in a different manner. Could be about something physical too, because sometimes this comes up when in a matter that has to deal with physical strength or physical health or something like that. But take it as it resonates there. But this is in the house of commerce and of messages, and messages of all types of communications. And Sirius just seems to indicate something where there's a certain level of endurance or a certain amount of sorting out. So do remember, I think really the overall message there is whatever messages are coming in during this retrograde period, I think it's saying make sure you keep an open mind about whatever it is that you're hearing. Don't try to look at things in too narrow of a way. Again, there seems to be messages about money. You've got air in the 2nd house, and this has to do with messages. It can also indicate taking more of a detached view of something. I have a feeling there might be a financial situation that maybe you feel, where there seems to be some kind of messages about money, but there also seems to be a situation that is going to change very, very quickly. Now, I don't know if this has to do with a job thing or whatever, but I feel like there's going to be some very quick changes, and also there just may be the need to step back from a certain situation. Maybe there's a situation that you've been too worried about money or too worried about a particular situation, and this may be saying, you may need to take a step back a little bit from that. Yeah, I'm seeing Horus up here in the 8th house. So this Horus is a card of healing, okay, but it's also a card, there's strong family vibe here. So I don't know if, being that I'm seeing Seth down here, I don't know if there's strong changes around family. Maybe there's something around joint finances here. But the number 3 definitely seems to be significant here in terms of finances, whether we're talking joint finances with somebody else or whether we're talking about your own. But something's going to be solved in 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. I think there's going to be something that's clearer about that. But overall, I just feel like, yeah, you're at a point where there needs to be healing that's going to be taking place. There are maybe difficult situations that are going to be overcome. Like I said, there might be a focus on family right now, or on healing for somebody. And this also could be a time of recognition for you for something that you're going to be doing. Like you're going to be moving into a period of that. And yeah, you've got Thoth in the 1st house. So this is very strongly karmic. So I feel like any challenges that you have right now, maybe things, changes that you're making, this seems to be something of a karmic nature. There seems to be some kind of healing that needs to take place of the identity, something that has to do with you, something that's very deeply, something that's been part of your identity that needs to change. And yeah, I do feel like this is a time for healing for you, for sure, with regard to just how you feel about yourself and how you see yourself. I mean, you've got the Hathor, you've got your own. I consider Hathor to be either Taurus or Virgo energy, and we have it in the 12th house. That could be a worry about a female. Again, if there's an issue with the mother, then maybe there's a worry about that you're trying to kind of keep to yourself, or maybe even about another female. But that it can also just be worrying about keeping everything organized and keeping it together. So let's see what we have with the Egyptian deck, what comes out for us. Yeah, I'm seeing a whole lot around family and tradition here. This is interesting. Yeah, it seems like money has been a burden to you. It's something you're really worried about. You've got the Ten of Wands here. There's a burden that you have to put down. That's probably why Air is telling you need to detach a little bit. It's a burden you need to put down. And you have the Ten of Pentacles in the first house. So again, to me, there's a suggestion there that you're worried about security. You may be worried about, there could be some financial concerns. This may be, I have a feeling this has a lot to do with, security and maybe your identity in terms of the family, okay? Because Ten of Pentacles to me has a strong family vibe to it, but there also seems to be a strong focus on finances. And I don't know, but there's something connected to your identity, to how you're presenting yourself or what you're doing that somehow is connected to this idea of family and family legacy. So maybe these aspects of identity that are challenging you have to do with family stuff. Now, along with the Sirius card here, you have the Magician. And the Magician with Sirius, okay, Sirius, if this is thinking outside the box, this is about taking action. This is about manifesting, about communicating properly and correctly, taking appropriate or right action in a particular situation. So I feel like there may be a situation that has been causing you something you've had to endure to some degree, but you've had to make a move or make a change. And that may be something that you're challenged to do right now. Part of the correction that may be happening as part of retrograde may be that this is something, and again, there's strong family vibes here. There just feels like there's something here that needs to be corrected. Somebody needs to take an action or make a move. Now, it does seem like in terms of home and family, again, we have this twins with this, but we do have the Four of Wands. So this does seem to indicate a situation that's fairly stable and secure, but maybe it's something where you're looking ahead or wanting to look at something on the next level. If this had to do with a potential marriage or something, then Four of Wands sometimes is an omen of marriage, and you do have the twins here. So I don't know. I don't know if there's somebody I don't know if that is a factor here in what we're seeing, but there definitely seems to be this energy here. I mean, we've got the scarab beetle in the middle of this, and this is about change, about moving on to the next thing, even though we may have a secure situation. So yeah. I also feel like, I don't know, that this is kind of coming into my mind in the next 4 weeks, that any kind of problems that we're seeing around home and family may be solved at that point. Okay, with the relationship stuff, with this crook and flail, we have the Two of Wands. So Two of Wands is, this is like at a point of having to make a decision about something, or being prepared to launch, being prepared to move out. In which case, Crook and Flail might be a card of self-confidence. Maybe if there's some kind of project or something you want to do, because this is a card of creativity, maybe it's saying, okay, you may be getting yourself prepared and ready to move into a new space, either with a person or working on a project. But there does seem to be this idea of moving towards something. Now, with the Nepenthes card, okay, we've got the Knight of Wands. Okay, this may be the explanation here. If there's someone here, maybe this is someone here you're trying to make a decision about too with the Two of Wands. Maybe it is somebody in a position of authority who you're thinking about. But Knight of Wands suggests kind of a restlessness, like a player energy. So it could be there's somebody you're interested in, and maybe they're interested back, but Knight of Wands seems to indicate somebody who doesn't stay still. So in other words, they're not marriage material. There's somebody who you might have a fling with or a short-term relationship, but not something long-term. But Knight of Wands for somebody who's married, yeah, it just seems like there might be a restlessness about something. There's something, maybe even there's an idea of you want to move or travel or do something. But right now things are just not happening. Like there just seems to be this kind of pulling back, but it's accompanied by this restlessness. So that's going to be different for everybody, but take it as it resonates. Okay, over here in the Virgo house of worry, okay, Six of Pentacles is showing up with water. So this is about give and take. So I don't know, this is a situation where either you're supporting somebody or somebody's supporting someone else. Maybe there's some worry about this. With water, again, there's a situation that it's kind of saying you just kind of need to go with the flow right now. There may not be a whole lot that you can do, but there definitely seems to be some decisions around either how much you're giving or how much somebody else might be giving to you. But yeah, there definitely seems to be certain concerns or changes that may be coming around the idea of support here. So again, take that as it resonates. I'm seeing the Hierophant here with Horus in the 8th house. So the Hierophant, this is Taurus energy, okay? But this is also, well, see this, okay. Now this is a card that has to do with somebody who's usually involved with organized religion. That seems to be a factor here, but more importantly, even beyond organized religion, I feel like this is a card that just has to do with tradition and doing something the traditional way. And the fact that it's paired with a family card, I don't know. I just feel like there's some kind of changes. Like this has to do with commitment, higher levels of commitment. Sometimes this has to do with spiritual mentoring of some kind. So I don't know. I feel like with the Hierophant, it's almost like there's in a space where some guidance is needed to move forward from somebody. It doesn't have to be somebody spiritual, but there's this need for guidance. I feel almost like there's a new space that you're moving into that it's not quite clear what that is. And again, there's this idea of tradition, but then again, we also see this idea of thinking outside the box and doing something differently. So whatever changes you're facing right now or whatever you're being challenged with right now, there's something having to do with tradition, I think, very, very strongly is kind of what I'm getting in my head. With the Anubis card here, you have the 9 of Pentacles. And the 9 of Pentacles is about, again, this has to do with finances and financial independence. So seeing Anubis here, I don't know, there seems to be a protection around money and finances. And here the number 9 seems to be important, okay? So again, I don't know if this is 9 days, weeks, months, but there's just something here about this. If this does have to do with, if Anubis does have to do with travel here, then it might be, maybe you're traveling, maybe finances are a factor, or maybe you're traveling towards something that it's gonna make you more money or something like that. Maybe there's gonna be an opportunity. But I'm feeling more like with the two of these together, like there's a protection of money. Like there may be a legal protection of money here that seems to be going on, or something, some legal matter surrounding money and financial security. Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like to me. And yeah, with Lotus here, we have the Tower. So this is in the house of career, but also the house of legacy, the father, and things like that. We have this this Tower energy. So something that has been kind of solid and secure is falling down, because this is Capricorn energy in the 10th house. So there's something here that's falling down. So there could have been big changes or shakeups for some people on a job, or maybe this is around something that you, like I said, when I say legacy, it doesn't have to be financial legacy. It just has to be whatever it is you're setting up as a legacy that you're leaving for other people, like the work that you do when you're going to leave in this world and so forth. It's that kind of energy. But just the fact that I'm seeing difficulties in the family house, and these houses are opposite. This is like father-mother energy. I don't know. I just feel like there's been some kind of a shakeup or an upset, and this could be around family, and this could be around career. Both are possible. But again, with Lotus, there seems to be this idea of peaceful continuity. Like there's been an upset, but it's telling you not to worry right now. That things are going to kind of continue in a peaceful vein right now. We have the King of Chalices, or the King of Cups, with Ta over here in the 11th house. Now, Ta is a card of, this is strong masculine energy, but it's also about building something. It's about being persistent, about being practical, about building the foundation for something. So whatever your goal is, this is about like kind of persistently chipping away at something. But with King of Chalices, yeah, there seems to be also a situation. I mean, this could represent a person. This could be a water sign person. It is a king, which could be a male, but doesn't have to be a male. But that would be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces would be that energy. But there does seem to be, I don't know, the King of Cups to me, like with the meaning of it here seems to have something to do with keeping emotions in check. That's what I think. I feel like it's kind of like, you know, reaching your goals by being practical and keeping your emotions in check. That seems to be kind of the thing here. And then with Hathor in the 12th house, this worry here, yeah, you've got the 8 of Cups. So there's a sense here of somebody walking away from something, like having something, whatever a past situation was. It's like, you know, even if it was something that was successful or really worked out for somebody in the past. It's almost like saying, no, now it's time to walk away from something, or maybe you're worried that somebody's going to walk away from something. But there seems to be the idea of putting a lot of effort into something and then deciding that it's time to move on from it. And this is showing up in the house of what's hidden. So I don't know if you are thinking about walking away from someone or something, a particular situation. Maybe you're not sharing that with people. Or maybe you're concerned about, sometimes this card can come up when we know we need to walk away from something, but maybe we're not really clear on what we're doing or how to do it. But again, you do have wing disc overall, and you do have strength. So strength is definitely a card of saying, persist in what you know is right. And it basically indicates that you will, in fact, have the strength to deal with whatever is going on right now. Yeah, I feel like there's a situation, it may be largely around family right now. It could be around finances. There could be some legal stuff going on. But, well, I don't know. For some people, it does seem like there could be this tower moment here coming in with regard to a job. But I think, or with your career, there could be some big changes that are coming in. But I feel like it's kind of saying, keep an open mind, keep your emotions in check. Worries about money and burdens about money, you kind of need to drop it. Maybe you need to back off a little bit from it. And anything that has to do with love right now, I feel like if you are single and you are looking for somebody, I feel like you might be trying to make up your mind about somebody maybe who seems like a very good catch, maybe someone with status of some kind, but I feel like this person is in fact a player. So that's the energy that seems to be coming up. Now, I mean, to be fair, I mean, if it is somebody you're really interested in and you really feel strongly about, that you can, the Knight of Wands can just also mean, somebody who's very restless right now and is not ready to settle down. So, so that could be the situation as well. If it's somebody from the past, which can happen during Mercury retrograde, be careful, because these past relationships may come around again just so you can see what a person is really like, and then you need to make your decision from there. So let's see. Let's get a Moonology card for you, Virgo, and let's see what kind of information we have here. Okay, it's interesting. You got the same card as Leo. Okay, so first you got a time for healing. And then the second card you got is bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. So I will tell you what both of these cards mean. The balsamic moon card. Okay, pulling this card suggests that the past is the past and a bright future is beckoning. However, before you take your next step, make sure that both you and the situation feel healed. This is not the time to paper over cracks or simply pretend that everything is okay. Rather, you still need a little more time to heal and soothe both yourself and everyone else in need, or anyone else in need, I should say. Then remind yourself that anything is possible if you believe it. This is also a time to surrender and wait to hear guidance from the universe. Powerful insights can be had. If you know that someone or something really isn't good for you, this card is a reminder to surrender. Start to work on your belief in your dreams so you're ready when the time comes. Okay, so this is a time of healing, which makes a lot of sense. And again, retrograde is not the best time to start things that are new anyway. So this may just be a time of working through, whatever this is, whatever it is that is kind of holding you back or holding you up. And again, there's a strong family vibe to it, but this could have to do with career as well. And then bring love into the situation. Aquarius is all about progress and modernity, so this is the time to move forward. The new moon in Aquarius means no looking back. Change is on its way and could come quickly. Whether you get the change you want depends on whether you believe you can have it and how much you're relying on others to bring it to you. This card comes with a suggestion that you may need to do things independently on your own, but be loving, not too pragmatic. Time may be of the essence when this card comes up. Aquarius energy has an electric feel to it. Certainly there's a sense that you need to let go of the past and move towards your future as soon as possible. Explore the idea that it's not what you know, but whom you know. Be more detached. We saw that here with money. Thinking outside the box will bring the solution. More pragmatism is called for. Where did I see that? Up here, Ta. And improve your karma by doing some charitable work. Well, actually, yeah, that's interesting, because this could be potentially about charitable work in this exact house. This giving support or giving alms or charity to somebody. So very interesting that came up. So that's your reading for this period of time, Virgo. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified about all my videos and have not done so already. I wish you a very good rest of July and beginning of August, and we'll see you in the next video.